As of now, we discuss about only one database object is the table, right? So we are going to see another database object as a view. Okay, see user underscore objects. See what type of objects we have till now. Like if you go with all underscore objects, okay. See user underscore objects will contain your database objects. Okay. See if you see the object type here. See these are all objects we have till now. Okay. See we haven't the object large object. So if you are creating any data type in the uh, table for the LOB data types, LOB, okay, large object data types. So it creates some object for that. Okay. So, and you created the table as well. Okay. We haven't created a procedure and function. Okay. See these functions, this procedure and function, I created for my reference. So till now we created this table and the lab object. So you people already know if you are creating any table with LOB data type, it create that. Okay. Coming to index. See, we haven't created any index, but it creating default. If you are doing some task, it creates some index for that. I will let you know. Okay. See, while working with constraints of primary key or any Q key, see, whatever the column is having, whatever the column you are applying for the primary key or any Q key, it create index for that particular column. Okay. So we have the index concept. We'll see in that particular thing. Okay. See, now we are going to see with the new object as a view. See, for now, we haven't created any view. Okay. Now we are going to create the view. So we'll see. Okay, see, view is a virtual table, does not physically exist. See, mirage and well. If you see, like a mirage will look like as a well for you, but if you reach to the mirage place, that won't be present. Okay, see, or you can say like uh, the view is a virtual table. See, Jamota and Swiggy does not have the restaurants, but they are supplying the food for us. Meaning, so they are virtually taking the food from some place and delivering to us. Okay. See, if you are asking the food to the Zomato people will taking the, like, we are discussing about what is view and in which area we are going to use this view. Okay. See, if you have like a Zomato, go to the paint. Swiggy. Okay. See, we have three restaurants, and Swiggy is the delivery partner for this all three restaurants. Okay. See, you may order the food from these restaurants directly. You may order the food with using this Swiggy, Zomato, or Food Funda, this kind of foods, right? See, meaning, see, whatever the restaurants is having like as a table, the restaurants you can treat like as a table tables, and this we can treat like as a view. Okay. See, the tables can store the information and you can able to use that information as well. See, the restaurants can able to make the food and deliver them to the customers. Okay. See, meaning these are the physically exist and providing the food to us. But view is a virtual table. So you are ordering the food from this Swiggy, meaning they have some restaurants. They are some like a cooking area. See, the cooking area, he is depending on the restaurants. He does not have the own cooking area. Own cooking area. See, the meaning. See, the meaning, if you are creating the view, see, if we have some cooking area, meaning he may have some place or he may occupy some space in your like in for office purpose or fooding the like making the food. So for this, he need to make some space to organize this all the things, right? See, the Swiggy does not have any cooking area, right? See, meaning if you create the table get be stored in one place because it occupies some space. Select star from EMP. Okay, you created the table and inserted the data. See, if you create the empty table also, if you create like a XYZ, let's see the number of column. Okay, we created this table. Okay, so now if you create this table, this does not have any data. If you are starting some restaurant and the starting of the day, that is empty, but you may utilize that restaurant to keep some things. Okay, that may be a anything. Okay, chairs or like computer or cooking things, everything, right? See, now the meaning you occupied some space for the restaurant for your cooking area. Okay, see, the space is occupied or not, you can check in user underscore segments. See, if you are anything like occupying in the space in the database, that all the components it gets stored in this place, user underscore segments. Segment. If you are creating the table, the table name, whatever the table name you have, it creates some space name also with the same name. The table name and the segment name will be same. Okay. Now see XYZ. See, it occupies some space. Okay. See, but we don't have like data in that. Still, it is taking space. Meaning, you like you started some new restaurant in some place. Meaning, you occupied some space. Okay. Now I'm creating a view. Create view. See the syntax. Create table. Table name. Column name. Data type. Right. See, you are creating the Swiggy restaurant. I mean, a Swiggy, a food delivery app. So he need to link with the restaurants. So meaning, see what are the content is required for you. Create view name, example underscore view as select star from EMP. See, whatever the data we have in a EMP, I'm taking this and I'm like linking with this Swiggy kind. Okay. See, whatever the data we are getting in this, that I'm linking with this particular view. Just I created the view. See, now the view has created and check in user underscore objects. Now the new object type is added. Earlier we have 4 types. Now we have 5 types. Okay, and you can check in user underscore segments with XYZ you are able to see because it is a table object. And take the sample underscore view object name and check whether this object is taking any space in the database or not. See, we are not seeing any entry for this, meaning it does not occupy any space here. See, this occupying the space, the simple sample underscore view is taking the space in this table. In this table, see the Swiggy restaurant one. See, if you are calling the food or making the order from the Swiggy, like from the restaurant one, see the restaurant one is having the space and you are pulling the data or pulling the orders from this restaurant to this place. Restaurant to this place. Okay, see, you can able to, you are ordering the food to the restaurant, you are getting the food from the restaurant. So meaning you can able to insert the data into the table over the view, or you can read the data, whatever the data we have in the table that get read through the view. Okay, that get read through the view. Okay, see, now we created the view and I said you can able to perform any operation. See, select star from EMP. Now we have the 14 records. And same thing I'm going to select with the view as well. The 14 records. Is there any difference? If you order the food through the Zomato, if you order the food directly, there is no like food difference. Okay. So there may be some cost difference, but there is no difference of taste and quantity. So you can verify. There is no difference of the data difference. If you pull with view, if you pull with directly of the table, there is no difference of that. Okay. See, the meaning, whatever the base tables you have while creating of the view, whatever the tables you are using in the view statement or select statement, that tables are having the space. The storage device is having for those tables in user underscore segments. So they are pulling like if you are ordering the food, meaning so he is coming like one person to the this particular restaurant and getting the food and going back them. Meaning while retrieving the data from the view, so it always fetch the data from the base tables of select statement, whatever the statement you mentioned here. Now if you mention like two tables, it fetch the data from the two tables and deliver that to data back to on screen. Okay. So the definition is that view is a virtual table. Now see, you are ordering the food or you are getting the food with like Swiggy, meaning view is also like a table, but you are not able to store any information on the view. Okay. If you are trying to store the information, it is going to the that particular restaurant, not with the Zomato or Swiggy. Okay. So view is a virtual table, does not physically exist, meaning you are not occupying any space. Okay. View is not, view does not store data in the data dictionary. If any object is taking the space, you are storing any information in the database objects, that all objects will be stored in data dictionaries. See, user underscore views, user underscore tables, okay, user underscore constraints. User underscore constraints. If you create the constraint, the constraints will get stored in user underscore constraints. This is like a meta objects or meta objects. So are data dictionary tables, or we can say data dictionary tables. So data is stored in into the base tables. Okay. See, it can be executed when called. So view is created by a query joining one or more tables. See, if now we created with only one table of view. Okay. Now this view we can call it as a simple view, simple view. So if you are creating any view, you are creating any view with that we can say it's a simple view. It's a simple view. Now see, now I'm trying to recreate with the same like view name. It is giving the error. So maybe I was trying to make some change here, like a EMP number. Instead of taking all the columns, I'm making with only few columns. Okay, still it is giving the error. Okay, in such place, you need to drop this view and recreate this view, right? Drop this view and recreate this view. Okay, now the same way, the table also will do the same, the XYZ table. Now, if you are trying to do with another column also, like C1 is the number. So you cannot able to do because the name is already fixed for one object. In this case, you need to drop this table and recreate it, right? So instead of dropping and recreate that component, if you want to make any changes in this select statement, okay. So those for that purpose, use like a or replace keyword. Or replace keyword. So the view is already created, but I'm trying to do some changes. Okay. Now it is not giving any error. It is not giving any error. Or replace is the keyword which is used to drop and recreate kind, but it won't drop the object. So it like it work as a drop and recreate kind. Okay. See, if you drop the object, okay. See, if you remove the restaurant from the Swiggy, okay, or anything, okay. See, whatever the agreement we have from this user to this user, so that get be cancelled. So now you hand over this restaurant for the new person, meaning you need to give the privilege or access with these two counterparties need to be make some agreement, meaning like you need to provide that whatever the access we have in the earlier, that access you need to give back them, like it may be canceling the permission or giving the permission also you need to give. So to avoid that things, so if you drop and recreate, the whole privileges or the access or anything, right? So that get be cancelled. So instead of that, if we use like R replace keyword, so what are the existing privileges we have that keep same, okay, that keep same, that persist same, we can say. Okay, see, for that reason we'll use or replace keyword instead of drop and recreate. Okay, now now you can see, like if you are creating view with one table, that we can call it as a simple view. Okay, in simple view you can able to, I said like you can able to insert the data into the view. Okay, insert into EMP, and I'm trying to insert the data with only, sorry, in the base table. So you need to verify. See, if restaurant people has updated their items, that need to be reflected in your Swiggy and Zomato as well. Okay. So meaning now I'm like inserting one data with 1, 2, 3. We have earlier we have only 14. Now I'm inserting the 50th record, 15th record. Now see, now I inserted the data and try to pull the data with the table and as well as the view. So earlier we are seeing like 14, now we are seeing like 15 records in the base table, and try to pull the data from the view as well. See, now we are seeing like 15 records in this view as well, because if you are updating something from restaurant, that automatically get reflected in your food delivery partner. Okay, so now meaning you are able to insert the data into the base tables. The base table data, whatever the change data we have in the base table, that automatically get affected in views. Okay, so try to insert the data through the Zomato also. You can able to suggest some things with the restaurant. So the suggestions you can send to the your delivery app. Now try to do the 1 to 4, 1 to 4 with ABC. See, now you inserted the data in this and verify in your view. You are seeing like 16 records now. You are seeing like a 16 records, and check in your original table also. Select star from EMP. This is also having. So you can able to perform the DML operation with the base through the base table, and you can able to perform the DMLs on view also. View also. Now I said like a view we are able to perform the DML operations. Right. Now I am trying to create with another view with two tables. With two tables. So I'm mentioning like a complex view. Complex. So view, instead of going with EMP, DEPT, where? So EMP dot DEPT number equals to DEPT dot DEPT number. So and taking like a D name as the, I'm taking one column name from the D name, in department table. Just I'm selecting the data, whatever the data I required for me, I'm like selecting this. Okay, so these three columns I'm making with as a view now. Okay, now I created the view. Now I am trying to insert the data into the EMP table. Okay, into the EMP table and as well as the view. Okay, now see, now I'm trying to insert with 1 to 5. 1 to 5 or 12 I inserted here. 12 I inserted here. So and check in EMP table is having early. Okay, okay. See, I roll back these changes. Till now we haven't committed. I use the rollback. The whole data is back now. We have only the 14 records. We have only the 14 records. See, you like perform the DML operation in session 1 and you are trying to access that in session 2. Meaning, if you are doing like some deposit or withdrawal in some your home branch or some X branch, and you are trying to check your balance, okay, or you are trying to check your balance or what are the recent transactions you perform. Okay, see, the open transaction is not committed. Okay, so the deposit slip you provided and cash also provided. See, he is trying to enter your transaction details, meaning the account can be locked for a while, meaning until like you commit the transaction or deposit the transaction need to be complete, then only this transaction will be reflected in your mini transaction or the detailed transaction, right? See, for the same way, now you did the transaction here and you haven't committed a rollback. See, if you commit this, the transaction get reflected in all sessions. Else, it won't be reflected in all sessions. It will be reflected in your current branch. Current branch, meaning it's a current session. Okay. See, now now we did like a insertion in your base table and try to access this. We are seeing like a 15 records now and access like a complex view. Not the simple view, it's a complex view we are performing. Okay. Now try to insert and pull the data also. If you have any changes in the, if you have any changes in the, now I'm missing the rollback and I'm trying to insert in this. Okay, EMP. So now I'm not seeing any. Okay. Okay. So I did one mistake here. See, if I use this join, you will get only the 14 records because whatever the inserted record we have like 12, that does not have the department number value. If you insert the department number, then only this value will be present in your view or this query because you are using like a inner join. So in this case, insert like a 1, 2, 3 and the department name also, department number also. Department number as a 10 or 40. And now pull this data. Now you are able to see with 15 records. Okay. Now you are able to see with 15 records. Now I'm creating the view. Okay. Now I'm creating the view and pulling the data from both places. EMP is having 16 records. The EMP table is having 16 records. So one of the record does not have the department number, that is not getting pulled in view. Okay. So now see, we are seeing like a 15 records, 16 records. Okay. Now you can pull the data with complex view. So we are seeing only 15. Now try to insert the data into the DEPT number. So instead of 1 to, so go with 40. Go with 40. See, it is giving the error, or you may mention like department name, not the D name. Okay, so I'm inserting like see, it is giving error for you. Cannot modified a column which maps to a non-key preserved table. Cannot modify which maps to non-key preserved table. See, these changes you are applying on the one view, but that view is having like a this view is having the two tables. So if you are trying to do the changes on this view, the changes need to be reflected in these two tables, not with only one table. So key preserved tables, meaning, so what are the changes you are doing? This is for only this particular table. So you need to like a mention like if it is a simple view, meaning simple view meaning you are creating with view only one table of view. Okay, so that we can say simple view. So what are the changes? Treat like I say one parent is having only one child. See what are the parents earning money that can be preserved for the that particular child only. If you have the two childs, there is a possibility. So 50-50 maybe a share those will get, or he may get like 100% for the first child, or not with anything for the second child. So reverse can also can happen, right? So meaning if you have only one key preserved table, a key preserved table meaning if you have only one table, so that changes will reflect for that into the base table. You can able to perform into the anything like parent can able to do, child also can able to do. Okay, meaning so if you have like only one restaurant, so you can able to do anything. If you have like multiple restaurant, the rules can be passed for the all the restaurants. Okay, so for that reason you cannot able to make directly these changes. These are all the people need to access. The rules can be passed to this all the people and need to access. So to pass these rules and regulations, you may consult with some lawyer and make the agreements. So this is what I'm going to change. This is earlier change. I'm going to make these changes. So you can intimate this all the restaurants. Okay. The meaning you need to keep some like if you want to do this DML operation on this complex type of views, you need to put some trigger on top of the view. See, we have some concept like trigger that will catch the, see if you are performing like a like EMP number and ename column, so that can be related to the employee table. So that you need to mention this rule one is for the restaurant one, rule two is for restaurant three, rule three is for the restaurant two. So you need to mention the um, like thing for them to understand clearly. Okay, so if they are accepting that, they are allowing to like make the like orders from this Swiggy and Zomato. Meaning, so if they are like accepting like the insertion and updation, so if you are doing this insertion, this data, EMP number and ename data need to be inserted into EMP table. This is what you need to mention in the trigger body. Okay. See, this can you can understand while discussing about the trigger concept in the PLSQL, not in this case. But so the the company people will ask like, is there any way to perform DML on complex views as well? Yes, we have the way on view we can able to create some trigger instead of trigger that can be help us instead of instead of trigger. Okay, so this can help us to perform the DML operation on the complex view. If you are able to perform uh, like DMLs on the complex view, what are the base tables we have, that all the things can be affected, meaning the changes will come to these base tables as well. Okay, now we learn like a simple view and a complex view. See, treat like I say, so what is the advantage of this view? So where we have like a complexity of queries we need to write on the daily basis. See, now we have only one line of query. You are creating this. See, where we need to create like a, where we need to write the query with hundreds of line code and repeatedly on the daily basis. In such place, instead of writing this query manually, and I can create the view. See, if you create the views are storing in user underscore views. So how we have like user underscore tables, the same way we have user underscore views is the place to get store all the views. See, if it is a simple view, how we created employee number, employee name, EMP. If it's a complex view, we created with a EMP number, E name, D name. See, the same statement are stored in this place. The same select statement is stored in this place, text field. This is the text field is storing this. So the advantage of this view, you can able to store the complexity of queries permanently in the database. Permanently in the database. And another advantage, see now we have like a EMP table. So now I need to access the 203 employee information with my manager. Or see, we have like manager ID 101, 101, 101. See, these three people is working under manager 101. Okay. See, the manager is asking the HR team or admin team. So kindly provide who are working under me. So provide all the employee information for these people. So in such place, you need to provide the employee table access to that particular manager user. Okay. See, you cannot able to provide with part of the table data. So you cannot able to provide the grant or revoke on the data level. You can able to provide the grant or privilege or select permission or update permission. You are able to provide. See, we have like a grant select on EMP to HR. See, this is the privilege you are going to provide on EMP table to HR user. See, you are providing the access. You cannot able to provide the access on the data. See, like I need to provide only the like a 10th department information, EMP, where I need to provide like a DPT number equals to 10. See, I need this information need to be accessed that particular department. See, I cannot able to provide access this particular information only. I need to provide access the whole table itself, not with the data level. Not with the data level. Okay. See, the advantage here, you can able to like hide the unwanted data. So you can able to hide the unwanted data. So unnecessary data you no need to share with any other things. See, meaning, so whatever the data you need to share with your manager or with that particular person, create the view with that particular data and provide access on top of that particular data. Now see, now I'm mentioning like a view one as. Now I created the view as a V1. Instead of providing EMP table access, I can provide like a V1 to the HR. Now see, if you go to this HR user, select start from bash14.emp. So he can able to access whole data instead of this providing the original database objects. I can provide the V1. He need to access only the 10th department information, not with the any other information, right? So this is the advantage of this, another advantage. Okay, so views are storing the complexity of queries data in the database permanently, and views are helping to provide the security to the data. it is providing security, somewhat security to the data as well. Okay. So now we covered like a few things here, like, and we have some other things we'll discuss by tomorrow. See, we left with only, it may take like another 10 minutes. If you go through this, I will let you know. Okay. So we are performing the DMLs on the simple view, right? On complex view also we can able to perform. Okay. In simple view, also we can restrict the DMLs. So now we are performing the DMLs on simple view, right? Now you are able to insert the data into the simple view, right? Instead of this, now I am creating with read-only views. So I'm changing, just I'm using some keyword with read-only in the end of statement. The same statement I made it as a with read-only. See how many data we have, how many records we have, 17. Now I'm trying to insert into the simple view data. See, it giving the error, cannot perform DML operation on read-only views. Read-only views. Okay. And I will let you know some other things by tomorrow. Kindly practice with this and get back to me if you have any